17. She'll be 18 in October. She's amazing. She's our world, literally. She reaches out and touches you with her eyes. She literally pulls you in. She captivates you. She's our jewel.
I believe that like my daughter is gonna thrive way more in life on being with people that she knows and is comfortable with.
Our position is very clear. People with disabilities give up none of their freedoms. And that's a starting point for us. What's nice is that SEIU says, yeah, you got to start there.
What impressed me about SEIU was the officials that I met and the workers, the actual workers, who appeared to be really willing and anxious to learn exactly how to provide support services in a respectful and professional way, keeping the needs of the person with the disability at the center of the equation.
Well, they clearly heard us and heard what was important. It also was encouraging to see SEIU at the national level back some things that other unions hadn't backed in the direction of people's rights, in the direction of the Americans with Disabilities Act. Lots of things that SEIU in the national level just warmed our hearts.
And SEIU also committed internally to support the most inclusive, consumer empowering services. This was a decision that was made on the national level, supporting things like self-determination, people being able to stay in their own homes with supports that they choose, being in control of their lives.
I take care of people with developmental disabilities and seniors and babysit my grandkids. Social butterfly. Go to Fred Meyer's and ask Fred Meyer's. Everybody knows him there. Yeah.
If I get out of here, I don't want to get back home.
When you go out, you don't want to go back home?
I don't win.
You don't know when you'll get back home?
No, I talk.
You talk everybody's ear off, huh?
But
everybody.
Bus line.
You know all the bus lines. And all the bus drivers know you. All the Lyft drivers know you.
One more. Max.
Now you got to get to know all the Max drivers. I work for one agency for Laddie. I work for the state for my mother-in-law. I work for another agency for the other developmentally disabled lady that I work with. And all of my benefits are different. All of my workers' comp, yes or no, is different. The taxes, yes or no, is different. You know, the wages are way different. And so there's so much disparity between all of them.
Organized in-home support workers provide us with a clear road to dignity and independent living.
Our mission is to assure that people with developmental disabilities and people with disabilities in general are fully included in their community, are fully participating, and can contribute to their communities. Our biggest opponents, when we talked about closing facilities, large state facilities, were unions. So originally I was skeptical, or worse, when we were contacted by SEIU. We at first said, we can work together, but only if you get us a statement saying that you want to work towards people living in their own places in the community. They, of course, finally did that, at which point we said, okay, if that's where you stand, we can work with you. What really drew us to working with SEIU was a commitment to quality. That what we were about was a higher quality of support that people would get from an improved workforce, from a better paid workforce, from a workforce that was valued. And we were able to think about what we could do together that we'd failed to do just as advocates in the past.
what we're witnessing is severe cuts to supports. So turn that around and imagine, if you will, union members and union leaders, together with people with disabilities and disability leaders, coming together to testify before the state legislature. All of a sudden they're going to see, wow, this is a much bigger organized group than we thought. Maybe we better sit down and talk with them. And I think that's one of our great hopes.
We have a number of partnership projects with SEIU to build a training infrastructure for workers in this state, and also legislative strategy to pair that training with higher wages so people can look at this field like it's a real viable career.
The governor, Schwarzenegger, has tried to decimate community supports for people with disabilities in this state, and the only thing that saved that is that alliance that we've had between organized labor, SEIU, and people with disabilities.
The other thing that I think has been demonstrated to us by SEIU is they really understand the nature of a struggle that people have who are undervalued by society. They get that. And so the issues that people with disabilities have in terms of their struggle in society is really understood by union folks, because they represent workers often who are undervalued by society.
Not today. That's a long... Your battery would die way before you got there. I'm not pushing you. Hi, Daddy's gonna push you. Have a nice walk, Dad. You're gonna get your exercise with that big old heavy chair.
SEIU brings some things that the rest of us don't have in terms of a sense of organizing.
My experience as a parent advocate is that working with SEIU just changes the game. SEIU can really help us get things done. You know, I've seen that in this state, I've seen it in other states.
We were able to think about what we could do together that we failed to do just as advocates in the past.
I think all of this could very well lead to a brand new alliance between people with disabilities and direct care workers who are union members, where we help open up the union protections for workers, and we work together on advocacy issues, especially finding enough support to continue to serve people with disabilities.